the first thing that I saw from this band was the giant pile of gear, but it was an awesome giant pile of gear. It was like a lot of what looked like handmade, like boutique-y things, like not normal stuff that you would see at Guitar Center.
One of the cool things about Filthybird is that their guitar player, Haran, is a luthier. He's essentially had a hand in every guitar in the band. It just means that even if your guitars look remotely standard, they're most likely not.
That's some good shit right
Let's try.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
What I really, really loved about that song the second we heard the demo was this vocal twist up that she did. It was a vocal hook that I really, really loved, but in a weird way in the demo, it sort of beat itself to death really early in the whole thing. I felt like we needed to address that a little bit. And we're saying this is going to be a half verse into a chorus. I'm not comfortable diving into anybody's song and saying it's all wrong. In fact, what really motivates you to dive into a song is exactly how right it is and how you just want that end presentation to just be like spectacular and triumphant. That seems to work, right?
I like it.
This is cool. My thought was just that the chorus, by the second chorus, was already sort of not beaten to death, but it wasn't progress, and now it is progress. Right. It was a really cool sounding drum set. Even hearing it in the room, it was very dazzling, but we knew it was going to take a little more work just to get it to sit in a rock recording.
When I first pulled up the mics, just where I generally would place them, some of the close mics sounded a little bit weird and not exactly what I needed to get out of them. The kick needed the other mic on the beater head to supplement it to get the attack back. And the snare sounded very like mid-rangey and kind of pingy.
Yeah, it was too much ring when we were doing it before. Is that all right that I moved your hi-hat up? Yeah, because it was getting all, yeah. These are all drums that were ages old. I mean, those drums were made before rock and roll existed. We take that for granted. There's a reason that like modern drums have ended up where they have ended up. It's because this shit is complicated. We'll see what it sounds like in there. We used the M130 as our room mic, where we point the null at the drum set. Even at really close proximity to the drum set, if you have the null pointing at the drums, you're gonna hear more of the room.
Just kind of tweaking the mic placement and getting a good balance of the snare sound out of all the mics, and then just having a bit of close mic kind of adding the attack back was how we solved that problem.
Renee has this really unique voice. She describes it herself as being filled with imperfection. I heard it and right away I loved the unique qualities that maybe some of those imperfections brought about. I mean, maybe we skip that half verse for now and we would overdub it.
And then just waiting.
And we'll wait, we'll figure out what to say later.
Okay, I think that feels better.
Yeah, let's do another one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So disappointed.
Well, on Renee's lead vocal, we used our Neumann U67, and that ran into the DW Fern VT2 preamp, the Manley Massive Passive Tube EQ, and the LA2A compressor. So it was just a massive, like, tube, super warm, super big, lush sounding input chain.
It was interesting to like hear it and like it, and then try to record it. She had places in her voice that came out of like weird places. While you're tracking, you try to work those things out and try to fix those. But then you kind of quickly realize like, no, that's what you liked. Keep that.
Everyone in this band brings really unique things into this song, from these custom-made guitars to these really unique effects and amps, and then really interesting drums and Renee's vocal, like all that stuff put together, packaged as a classic sounding thing. Like it sounds really good.
It's easy from a recording standpoint. It's easy from a production standpoint, and it's like satisfying. It's satisfying to just like knock people over with a simple presentation.